Hello and welcome to the One Man Renegade Productions YouTube channel. I'm your host, the Amber Greg B, and today is Saturday, and we are just moments away from NXT Stand and Deliver after right in smack dab in the middle of WrestleMania weekend. I did a preview for SmackDown yesterday. If you missed that, go check it out. Or the other wrestling related videos I've done over the years. It's a big old playlist right up there. But if you're looking for something specific, certain year, product, brand, league, whatever, might be easy to go search channel page, and while you're over there, checking out all the amazing videos I've done, or right here at that subscribe button, turn on notifications, also thumbs up, like this video, hit that share button, share this with everyone you know, and down in the comments, tell me who you think's gonna win all the matches at NXT Stand and Deliver this afternoon, or yeah, just say hi, and then check out the links in the description for all my other internet stuff, all my social media and everything like that. All right, so we're gonna open up this box of 2021 Topps NXT hobby box. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if anyone in this box is actually still in NXT or will be on the show today. I'm guessing no. I'm trying to think who would have been, but I don't think anyone that was in NXT in 2021 is still in NXT, or if they are, because I can think of maybe one person are on the show. Yeah, I don't think so. But we'll open it up and see what we can find. Hopefully some cool stuff, and then we'll chat about the matches and who I think is going to win and all that. So let's get to it. 24... Yeah, so I was looking... 18 packs. 7 cards per pack. Yeah, I was looking for some NXT stuff, and honestly, like, I still have a ton of the NXT 2.0 stuff from Panini from 3 years ago, but they haven't put out any new NXT stuff. Obviously, Panini doesn't have license anymore, so I'm really hoping Topps steps the game back up and actually make some NXT products, because we haven't had one quite a bit, and it's, you know, I enjoy NXT. So obviously we got Karrion Kross and Scarlett on the cover there. Not scheduled to do anything at WrestleMania, but obviously there's a lot of stuff going on with Karrion Kross and AJ Styles, and AJ Styles playing Logan Paul. So could potentially get involved in that, I suppose. All right, we got the pack. So we got Santos Escobar. I mean, all these people are still with the company. There's not an NXT. So we got Santos Escobar, Finn Balor, Raquel Rodriguez. They're both on the WrestleMania card. Santos not as much. At least not that I know of, unless they added some stuff. I'm assuming he was in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal last night, but obviously there's teasing stuff with him and Rey Fenix and Andrade and Garza and whatever, so who knows? They could have easily added something. There's all the odds on stuff, so let's get to it. Should get 2 autographs in the box. Hopefully some cool stuff. So let's get into it. And if I can open these packs. Well, these packs don't want to open. Of course they don't. Dexter Lumis defeats Roderick Strong in a strap back. Now, Dexter Lumis, I didn't mention this yesterday in the preview because I kind of thought about it after the fact, or I think I thought of it and then forgot to mention it and then thought about it. But the Wyatt Six has disappeared. Alexa Bliss has disappeared. You know, they were all rumored to be, when Alexa Bliss came back, it was kind of rumored that she's going to be part of that thing. Got Karrion Kross that we mentioned before. We got a purple. Adam Cole defeats Dexter Lumis. Of course, Adam Cole, the current what is he? He's the TNT champion on NAEW right now. Dave Mastiff no longer with the company. Bobby Fish no longer with the company. Actually, Adam Cole isn't either. Fandango. Tyler Breeze sort of works with the up, down, down stuff, and then JDC, as he's known, is in TNA. Jake Atlas defeats Drake Maverick, and no longer with the company. Now, one thing, so getting back to Dexter Lumis, the Wide Six kind of disappeared. I guess Uncle Howdy or Bo Dallas was injured. Then Alexa Bliss came back, and they teased stuff with her, and then she kind of disappeared. So I would assume whenever they're ready to come back, they'll kind of come back together. And I was talking about Randy Orton needing an opponent. I mean, they could potentially do something with them and Randy Orton. I mean, obviously there is history there, and they kind of never really explained that whole thing with, what happened with Alexa Bliss and the Fiend and all that from however many years ago that was now, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever it was. They could eventually try and play that off somehow, finally tell the story of that. I mean, obviously Bray's no longer with us, but like they're continuing on his legacy. So I don't know. I don't see it happening, but just that kind of popped in my head. Now, the other thing I will say about NXT cards and just the WWE cards in general, now that Topps has the license back, I don't really need these cards. These cards never really did anything for me. I just want like the regular cards of the stars. You don't really need the Roderick Strong and Danny Burch defeat Fabian Eichner and Raul Mendoza. Like who? What? I don't need that. I don't. Who cares? um. So yeah. Yeah. Just have these cards where it's just the. I don't know. That was one thing when Panini took over and they kind of got rid of that stuff. I'm like, yeah, we didn't really need that. I mean, you could do like a highlight insert or something of like a few different things, but don't make them like the main focus. Have the cards of the people the main focus. But we got Ilya Dragunov, another guy that could be returning to soon. I mean, I wouldn't see him being Randy Orton's opponent, but you never know. It could be Io Shirai, and maybe by the time you're watching this, because they could have announced it on Io Shirai or Io Sky. Well, she'll be defending her title tomorrow, WrestleMania. Speaking of being at WrestleMania, Damian Priest will be fighting. I want to say it's tomorrow. I should probably bring this up. Or is that tonight? No, it's tomorrow. That is tomorrow. Of course, that I was saying is Raw anyways, so that's kind of weird. Anyways, yeah, you might know who Randy Orton's fighting tonight or tomorrow anyways, by now. Ciampa and Gargano brawl in the PC, Karrion Kross again. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know what happened on SmackDown, so I can't really mention or say, what potentially could have gotten added or whatever to WrestleMania. All right, let's keep going. We got Damian Priest, who we just talked about, and Johnny Gargano, which, again, maybe got added. I don't know. The Way defeat Leon Rush and Kushida. Some of these people are still around. The Way are. Leon Ruff and Kushida, not so much. They both went to TNA. I think Kushida is now just back in Japan. I don't know if Leon Ruff's still in TNA. Roderick Strong defeats Dexter Lumis. That is a purple. We got Marcel Barthel, or Ludwig Kaiser, as he's known now. Raul Mendoza. Is he still Raul Mendoza, or is he the one that changed his name? Yeah, no, he changed his name. Now he's... oh, come on. What's his name now? I always forget his name now. What is his name? Cruz del Toro. NXT Tag Champions Imperium defeats Undisputed Era. Finn Balor defeats Adam Cole to win NXT Championship. Of course, Finn Balor will be in the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship tomorrow, with Braun Breaker, Penta, and Dominic Mysterio. NXT Tag Team Champions defeat Everrise. Wow. Okay. NXT and North American Champion Keith Lee defeats Dominic Dijakovic. Keith Lee, still have no idea what is going on with him. And there's going to be our first autograph there. We got Tyler Bate, who just recently returned for one show because they were in London and then kind of hasn't been around since. Tagged with Pete Dunne. There's an autograph out of 250. There we go. Toni Storm, of course, timeless Toni Storm now, as she's known. AEW Women's Champion, Shotzi. Okay, she was the one that I'm like, okay, she's kind of still in NXT, although she kind of disappeared last few weeks. She was teaming with Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan, but she hasn't been with them the last few weeks. And now Tatum Paxley and Gigi Dolan are in the kickoff show tonight. Four-way tag team match for the number one contenders for the tag titles. But she was like the one I'm like, okay, she's the one that's like, but even still, then she's like kinda not. I don't know where she is. Pete Dunne returns. Of course, Tyler Bate turned tag with Pete Dunne that one time. I'm guessing they were in the Andre last night. So let's just chat a bit before we go any further. Since I brought up the match, the countdown match, kickoff show, countdown match, whatever it's called now, for NXT, which surprisingly they're actually having a countdown match. So like I said, fatal 4-way tag team elimination match. Although that's contradictory. Fatal 4-way would imply it's not elimination, but that's what Wikipedia says, so I'm not sure if it's elimination or not. Either way, it's Metaphor, Lash Legend, Jakara Jackson versus Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley, JC Jane versus Tatum Paxley, Gigi Dolan, and then Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Winner gets a women's tag title match on Tuesday, NXT. I don't know. That's a tough one. I might go with Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade just because why not? We got Breezango defeats Everrise. Tommaso Ciampa defeats Timothy Thatcher. Timothy Thatcher just recently showed up back up on Evolve on the WWE NXT Evolve, whatever it's WWE Evolve. That's on Tubi now. Yeah. Kylie Ray, or Alba Fire, she's known now, is up in with, and we got our second autograph already. Well, all right. Jessie Kamea, I don't know whatever happened to her. She's part of the Secret Harvest of Chelsea Green. We got Dave Mastiff green autograph numbered to 99 as our second auto. So, okay, Adam Cole defeats Dexter Lumis. Roderick Strong defects. Everyone defeats Dexter Lumis. The Undisputed Era, which their names are the Undisputed Kingdom. Now they're all defeating Dexter Lumis. But Dexter Lumis defeats Cameron Grimes in a strap match. So that's good to know. Tag champions defeated Breezango. Sure they did. We got another purple. Keith Lee retains the North American Championship. There's Johnny Gargano. James Drake. I don't know what happened to the Grizzled Young Veterans. They showed up and were doing stuff with AEW and Ring of Honor a little bit. They might still be doing Ring of Honor stuff. I don't know. I haven't really watched Ring of Honor too much recently. Then we got Timothy Thatcher and Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory. I'm guessing we're in the Andre last night. Here's Gargano again, unless my prediction from yesterday or my thought process from yesterday is that all the tag teams got involved in that tag team match and they're set up something for WrestleMania. I don't know. But we got Breezango defeats Imperium, because sure. We got another purple. Santos Escobar defeats Isaiah Swerve Scott. Of course, Isaiah Swerve Scott over in AEW now. There's Dexter Lumis, since we've heard so much about him. Aaliyah, she got let go. Well, Jake Atlas got let go a long time ago. El Hijo del Fantasma. Okay. Debuts. Of course, go on to be Santos Escobar. But that's an interesting card there. He wasn't El Hijo del Fantasma for very long in WWE. Timothy Thatcher, we mentioned him, defeated Riddle in a NXT fight pit. Easy for me to say. Greg Maverick, he's working backstage now. Tony Nese, last I saw, he was in AEW / Ring of Honor. There's Jake Atlas again in the purple. Got Roderick Strong, of course, he's in AEW. Kushida, I think, went back to Japan. Dexter Lumis, Cameron Grimes, and Karrion Kross attacks Damian Priest. Of course, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre tomorrow night. Karrion Kross might have been in the Andre or may get involved in the AJ Styles match, as I mentioned. Got Roger Strong defeats Bronson Reed. Of course, Bronson Reed currently out injured. Johnny Gargano defeats Dominic Dijakovic. Last I saw, I think he was in MLW. I think that's where he ended up going. Flash Morgan Webster, not around. Drake Maverick working him backstage. We got Finn Balor. Of course, he'll be in that fatal 4-way. Dexter Lumis, we keep talking about. I don't know when Legado del Fantasma, Drake Maverick, and Brizongo. I don't know when the Wyatt Six, what's going on with them? Are they coming back? I mentioned it earlier. Drake Maverick wins Group A. Sure. Then we got Keith Lee, comes number one contender. That he did. El Hijo del Fantasma again. Cameron Grimes, I'm not sure where he ended up. He got let go. Pete Dunne, we mentioned earlier. Tommaso Ciampa defeats Leon Ruff. See if Ciampa, what happened with DIY, if they got involved in that match. I'm assuming they did somehow. I'm guessing they're going to set up something for WrestleMania. It'd be weird for them not, after all that build-up, to not have anything with them on WrestleMania. But then the New Day and War Raiders get on WrestleMania. No, nothing against them, but it's like, I just feel like there wasn't as much of a story there to have that just kind of, I don't know. But anyways, maybe you know. Maybe you already know. Maybe it happened on SmackDown. Keith Lee defeats Cameron Grimes. Kyle O'Reilly, of course, over in AEW. Tommaso Ciampa. And then Tia Knox got let go not too long ago. We got this, whatever, collect all the Migs Media 1 illustrated art cards. Art card of Damian Priest. It's kind of cool. Kushida, Jake Atlas, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. All people we've talked about. Again, see, like, we don't need all these, like, highlight things. It feels unnecessary. Karrion Kross defeats Leon Ruff. North American champion Keith Lee defeats Johnny Gargano. And I know, like, if you have, like, a smaller roster, it's not going to be a huge checklist, but you could have, like, inserts and stuff, like, fill it out. I don't know. Adam Cole and Finn Balor finish a tie in 4-way Iron Man match. Marina Shafir, she's of course part of the I was just gonna call them the what are they called in AEW? Why is my mind just broken? Wow, my mind is just broken. Jake Atlas, I'll think of it in a minute. You know, with Moxley and Claudio and Pac and Wheeler Yuta, they're the I'm blanking. I'm totally blanking. I just want to keep saying War Raiders when that's not at all accurate. Damian Priest, Dexter Lumis, Karrion Kross, Dijakovic. The Death Riders, that's what it is. The Death Riders. War Raiders, Death Riders. It's very, very similar. Timothy Hatcher, we talked about, he's doing Evolve stuff. We got the Bruiserweights. The Broserweights, excuse me. Yeah. Matt Riddle let go a long time ago. Tyler Breeze, Noam Dar. Not sure what's going on with Noam Dar. He got injured. I feel like he should be back somewhat soon. More Finn Balor. Johnny Gargano, Leon Ruff, Bad Adam Cole, and Finn Balor, Cardigan. I guess we should talk a little bit about Stand and Deliver since it's happening. It's, unfortunately, no one involved in any of this is any of the matches. So we do have the D'Angelo family taking on the Dark State in a 6-man tag. Of course, D'Angelo family using Tony D'Angelo, Channing Stacks Lorenzo, and Luca Crucifino taking on 3 of the members of the Dark State. We don't know which 3, but Dion Lennox, Cutler James, Saquon Sugars, and Osiris Griffin. 3 of those will be. Now, the one thing I am a little confused by that whole match, as we just stroll through. So we got a purple Undisputed Era. Got Walter, Matt Martell, there's Gunther, and shoot, what's his actual name? I don't know. I'm blanking. My mind's just not working. I'm trying to think of like 4 different things at the same time. Keith Lee, Finn Balor. I'm surprised this D'Angelo family versus Dark State isn't like a no holds barred or like Street Fight or something, because they fought in the parking lot on Tuesday, and then it's like they're just gonna have a regular 6-man tag. It seems a little weird, but whatever. I think Dark State's gonna win just because they're the new guys in town, so it's kind of weird to just have them lose right off the bat like that. But Casey Catanzaro did her thing on SmackDown last night. Swerve we talked about. We got Tegan Knox in the that thing. And then more highlight cards there. So yeah, I'm gonna go Dark State on that one. Then we got a ladder match for the vacant NXT Women's North American Championship. We got Zarya versus Kalani Jordan versus Sol Ruka versus Izzy Dame versus Lola Vice versus Thea Hale. Thea Hale just returning recently. We got Fandango, Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed, another guy. People are waiting on his return. It might be a little bit, though. He got kind of a pretty bad injury, so I'm not quite sure how close he is to returning, but big things on the future for him. Another Finn Balor card. Johnny Gargano becomes 3-time North American champion. Karrion Kross brawls with Damian Priest. So as far as that 6-women tag match, sorry, not tag match, 6-women ladder match. It's a question. Like, Kalani Jordan obviously is already former champion. Sol Ruka and Zarya are, tag partners. Ridge Holland there. Killian Dane. Shayna Baszler. Not scheduled. None of those people are scheduled to do anything. Well, Killian Dane's not with the company anymore, but Ridge Holland, he's not on card. And then our final pack, by the way, as I'm just going through this, we got El Hijo del Fantasma wins the Cruiserweight Championship. Imperium wins the NXT Tag Champions. Finn Balor defeats Timothy Thatcher, purple. Chase Parker, Angelo Parker, and then Matt Menard. There we go. So some of their names are the same. Arturo Ruas, yeah. Oni Lorcan, Danny Burch. Yeah, none of these people are still around. And then Finn Balor returns from injury. So there we go. All right, so let's just run through the card real quick. So yeah, so I haven't picked a match. So yeah, Izzy Dame, part of the Calling. They got Lola Vice doing her, on her own, and Thea Hale, who used to be part of Chase U, is now, I guess, on her own. I'm gonna go with Thea Hale just because she just returned, and kind of think they want to build her up. So I'm gonna go with Thea Hale on that one. Then we got Ricky Saints, the former Ricky Stark, or I guess that's his actual name is Ricky Stark, but Ricky Saints now defending the NXT North American Championships and Ethan Page. Saints just won it. I just can't see him losing it to Ethan Page that quickly. So I think Saints is gonna retain. Of course, I said that when Saints took on Sean Spears for it, but hey, I feel like Saints, it's kind of a little more of a bigger deal than Sean Spears is at this point, so I don't see him losing it. Ethan Page does have a TNA Championship match coming up in a couple weeks at is it Rebellion? TNA Rebellion triple threat with Joe Hendry and Frankie Kazarian. So he's got other stuff going on. He'll be fine. And then we got Nathan Frazier and Axiom taking on Hank and Tank. Axiom has had the titles for a while, so it might be time to switch it up. Hank and Tank have been kind of going through some hard times, but they worked their way through a gauntlet match and are now getting the tag titles, and they, tag title opportunity. So I kind of am thinking going Hank and Tank, but at the same time, it's like, how can you go against Fraxium? Yeah, how can you go against? I'm gonna stick with Fraxium on that. Then we got Stephanie Vaquero defending her NXT Women's Championship against Julia, Jordan Grace, and Jada Parker in a Fatal 4-Way. Again, Stephanie Vaquero hasn't had it for very long. So I kind of feel like she's gonna retain. I mean, I know she beat Julia for it, and there was issues that maybe Julia was injured. That was kind of the whole reason they were doing that match, seemed that way. And then she had both titles, and then vacated the NXT, the North American title. But I just don't see her then dropping the title this quick. So I think Stephanie Vickery is going to retain. And then the main event, triple threat for the NXT Championship. We had Oba Femi taking on defending against Trick Williams and Javon Evans. Of course, Dark State has played a fair role in this, but they're busy, so they may not get involved, although they could get involved. I have this weird feeling that Javon Evans is going to win. I only say that just because I feel like both Trick and Oba are kind of on their way to the main roster sooner rather than later, I would imagine. I could be wrong. So I kind of feel like Javon Evans could sneak out a win somehow here and win the title. I don't know. It's just just have a feeling about it. So there we go. Those are my predictions for NXT Stand Deliver. Coming up a little bit later on today, I'll do my preview for night 1 of WrestleMania. So please come back later on today for that, but come back every day. Videos posted every day, sometimes multiple days. Just hit that subscribe button, turn the notification, get a notification every time videos up when you watch. Come over, watch it, like it, share, comment, and all that fun stuff. Keyword that's fun, just having fun here, opening up some NXT cards, even if they're 4 years old and none of the people are still in NXT. I want some more NXT stuff. Come on, Topps. Let's get some more NXT stuff. And so thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe, have fun. Talk next time. Bye.